I get asked all the time, hey, Matt, what has Trump done in his first 100 days? Well, we can have that conversation, 7 o'clock, weeknights, Eastern Standard. You can come on the show. We can have that conversation. But when I look at a leader and I'm assessing a leader, I always like to focus on the things they haven't done. I'll tell you what he didn't do. He didn't botch the Afghanistan withdrawal, leaving 13 U.S. troops dead and handing the country over to the Taliban. He didn't reverse his own policy, remain in Mexico, triggering a historic border crisis. He didn't allow over 85,000 unaccompanied minors to vanish within the immigration system. He didn't lie to the public by claiming the southern border was secure. He didn't weaponize the DOJ and FBI to target political opponents. He didn't authorize the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago while illegally storing classified documents himself and lying 5 times that he had given them all the documents and then finding out later that wasn't true. He didn't keep classified documents in his garage next to his Corvette. He didn't preside over record high inflation and deny it was happening. He didn't shut down the Keystone XL pipeline, killing jobs. He didn't drain the Strategic Petroleum Reserve for political cover ahead of midterms. He didn't send billions to Ukraine without oversight or clear exit strategy. He didn't push for unconstitutional student loan forgiveness. He didn't lie about the Inflation Reduction Act lowering inflation because it didn't. He didn't fill his administration with radical DEI activists. He didn't promote gender ideology in federal schools and policy. He didn't endorse gender-affirming care for children. He didn't have the DOJ label parents of school board meetings as domestic terrorists. He didn't create the short-lived Disinformation Governance Board. He didn't secure funding to hire 87,000 new IRS agents. He didn't deny knowing about Hunter Biden's business dealings, later exposed as false. He didn't use fake names, the big guy, in emails tied to Hunter's shady business dealings. He didn't approve a sweetheart plea deal for Hunter. That fell apart in court. He didn't ignore a Chinese spy balloon until public outrage forced action after it already crossed the United States. He didn't allow Chinese firms to buy U.S. farmland and infrastructure. He didn't prioritize climate change over U.S. energy independence. He didn't rejoin the Paris Climate Accord at America's economic expense. He didn't abandon Americans behind enemy lines in Kabul. He didn't support late-term abortion and remove the Hyde Amendment protections. He didn't lie about his academic records, civil rights involvement, and more. Compared Republicans to segregationists and racists, called Georgia voter ID laws Jim Crow 2.0, imposed unconstitutional vaccine mandates through OSHA, cost Americans jobs with draconian COVID mandates, forced toddlers to wear masks while appearing maskless at events, visited a sanitized border facility just once for a photo op, claimed Beau Biden died in Iraq for political sympathy. By the way, he didn't. Shook hands with invisible people on the stage, confused world leaders in multiple high-profile appearances, approved sending cluster bombs to Ukraine despite civilian dangers, attempted to erase women's sports via Title IX changes, appointed Rachel Levin and Sam Brinton to key positions, the luggage and dress wearer, and the man who pretends to be a woman, redefined recession to dodge accountability for a contracting economy. It's just transitory. Blamed guns for crime while ignoring Democrat-run city failures, ignored Hunter's gun crimes while pushing stricter gun laws, celebrated George Floyd as a hero while ignoring fallen police, refused to visit East Palestine, Ohio, attended climate summits while skipping American crises, laughed off concerns about inflation, divided Americans while promising unity, plagiarized speeches throughout his political career, falsely claimed he was arrested during civil rights protests, promised to shut down the virus but didn't, threatened to withhold aid to Ukraine unless a prosecutor was fired, then bragged about it, lied for years about Hunter's business ties to China, pressured big tech to censor Americans under the guise of fighting misinformation, tried to ban gas stoves, sparking nationwide backlash, used COVID relief to bail out mismanaged blue states, allowed fentanyl to flood into the country, prioritized migrants over veterans, visited Ukraine before helping Americans, released frozen funds to Iran empowering a terror sponsor, refused to condemn pro-Hamas lawmakers in his own party, enabled biological men in women's prisons and sports, failed to take real action on banning TikTok, backed unrealistic EV mandates that benefited China, advanced central bank digital currency efforts without public debate, appointed a press secretary who regularly lied and ignored conservative media. My God! Is that all? Is that all Donald Trump didn't do? well, then I'm going to vote for him again in 2028. Thanks for watching. See you at 7 o'clock tonight Eastern. Remember, huge show May 16th with Roseanne Barr, Chris Tonto Peranto, Laura Logan, Damani Felder. It's going to be massive. May 16th, 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you then. Bye.